Ladies and gentlemen, good day and welcome to the Oberoi Realty H1 FY23 and Q2 FY23 earnings conference call. We have Mr. Oberoi, the Chairman and Managing Director of the company, and Mr. Saumil Daru, Director of Finance of the company, with us for the call. Please note that this call will be for 30 minutes, and for the duration of this conference call, all participant lines will be in the listen-only mode, and this conference call is being recorded, and the transcript for the same may be put up on the website of the company. After the management discussion, there will be an opportunity for you to ask questions. Should anyone need assistance during the conference call, you may signal the operator by pressing star then 0 on your touchtone telephone. Before I hand the conference over to the management, I would like to remind you that certain statements made during the course of this call may not be based on historical information or facts and may be forward-looking statements, including those relating to general business statements, plans, strategy of the company, the future financial condition and growth prospect. The forward-looking statements are based on expectations and projections and may involve a number of risks and uncertainties and other factors that could be caused actual results, opportunities and growth potential to differ materially from those suggested by such statements. I now hand the conference over to Mr. Oberoi, the Chairman and Managing Director of the company. Thank you, and over to you, sir.
Thank you. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all of you as per the time zones from which you have logged in, and welcome to the conference call Q2 FY2023, half-year FY2023 results and business updates. Thank you all for taking time out for this call. Before I begin, I would like to share with you a few quick business updates. I'm happy to share that we've had a very good quarter with worldly sales post the receipt of occupation certificate in June 2022. You have noted the substantial appreciation in realization compared to the earlier sales also. There is a healthy increase in the residential top line and bottom line compared to H1 last year. This is despite the challenging macro economy, locally as well as globally. Our residential business continues to outperform on account of robust demand and lack of credible suppliers. Consumption levels in the mall are more than back compared to pre-COVID level. The annuity assets business is also witnessing a healthy margin. With this upcoming festive season and our planned launches, we are optimistic that the consumption trends in residential and retail will continue. You all know that we will open this up for question and answer, and happy to take it from there. Thank you. Both Saumil and I are present and happy to answer any of your questions.
Thank you very much. We will now begin the question and answer session. Anyone who wishes to ask a question may press star and 1 on their touchtone telephone. If you wish to remove yourself from the question queue, you may press star and 2. Participants are requested to use handsets while asking a question. Ladies and gentlemen, we will wait for a moment while the question queue assembles. Reminder to the participants, anyone who wishes to ask a question may press star and 1 at this time. The first question is from the line of Parikshit Kandpal from HDFC Securities. Please go ahead.
Yeah, hi Vikas. Congratulations on a very strong quarter on pre-sales, especially in 360 West. So 8 units we have sold this quarter, so despite a huge 50% increase in pricing. Just wanted to understand, how do you see the momentum for this project going ahead? Do you think for the rest of the year you can replicate similar success in this project?
So thanks. I can only tell you that this project's time has come. Whoever has visited the project, the only reason he does not buy or will not buy is because he doesn't have the budget. But otherwise, it ticks all the boxes, and we have a fantastic pipeline and virtually no competition. Because there's nothing that is ready and available. There would be people, launching something which is probably 2 or 3 years away. Here you have an occupation certificate in place. lock and key, you move in instantly. And I want to tell you that, like, if everything goes well with God's grace, you will only be more and more pleasantly surprised going forward with every quarter.
Great. Just coming to the next question is on launches. Vikas, we have said that in Diwali you look forward to launch Thane. So I'm not hearing anything on the ground there. So if you can update what is stopping us from launching this project, and also if you can update on the opening of new towers in Borivali and Koregaon.
So, as far as Thane is concerned, we actually have the show apartment ready. We are literally, we've covered it and kept. I don't know how many of you know or remember having read an article about, the new eco-sensitive zone that had cropped up in August. Luckily, that died in the previous quarter itself. Supreme Court then again intervened and clarified. Mumbai, Maharashtra already defined its zone. And in another matter, when the court was hearing, I think it was not brought to the notice of the honorable judge, and they passed an order saying that all the properties within X kilometers or something, wherever there is a forest, that work stops. So literally there was a lull, but luckily the government moved quickly. The courts realized that they were not appraised, and they reversed it. So we are back on the saddle, and I hope within this quarter we should be in a position to get going. I mean, and the unfortunate issue was that nothing was happening when this court order was in place. So that also is resolved, and hopefully, again, fingers crossed, we should see within this quarter we start our launches both, including Borivali. And even Borivali was the same issue. Again, but now all of that is back and we are ready to go.
So Kolshet, Pokhran and Borivali, so all this may happen during this quarter?
Yeah, hopefully, yes.
Okay, great. Just the last question, Vikas, on the business development. I think last year, 1Q FY22, you spoke about adding smaller projects of redevelopment of 2,000 crores plus non-MMR, some foray happening. Still now we are waiting to hear from you. So going ahead, if you can just highlight your strategy, how will you go about both the things, because redevelopment is really picking up big time in Mumbai and we are not there. And even MMR media reports do suggest you are looking up for something, but have anything crystallized if you can touch upon these 2 points. That is my last question.
Again, see, as far as BD goes, we are very aggressive on BD, whether it's redevelopment or whether it's anything else. I don't want to, we are close to some redevelopment projects. In some of them, we have been awarded the contract, as a preferred developer. But I don't want to talk about it right now because unless we end up building pressure for my next quarter, what happened there. All I want to say is that we are very committed, very aggressive when it comes to, any sort of development, be it redevelopment or business development for new land parcels. And one positive is that we took up a project next to our Borivali site. This was an SRA redevelopment. 95% of the site is now cleared. So this gives us a lot of heart that, we being an organized developer were able to, rather the SRA was able to see value, and we don't have any intermediary. We have directly gone to the slum developers. We've convinced them that we are a good option, and they have vacated. Site is clean, and we are, starting construction soon. And this is next to Sky City, actually adjacent to Sky City. So, some more development potential here getting unlocked now.
This is residential or commercial? Because I think you were doing commercial, planning to do 1 million square feet of commercial.
Correct. This is exactly commercial right now.
Okay. Okay, Vikas. Thank you. Those were my questions. I'll join back. Thank you.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Puneet from HSBC. Please go ahead.
Yeah, thank you so much, and congratulations on good sales. Can you also talk about what is the update on the Glaxo land parcel and how's the leasing for the balance Commerce 3 turning out to be?
So again, thanks, Puneet. Firstly, on the Glaxo land parcel, now internally we have two choices. One is, either we do residential or we do commercial and a mall. So, we need to take a call, and it's high time we do that. Both numbers look equally good, and it's a choice one needs to make what we need to go ahead with. We hope to now decide within this quarter and move on with that. As far as our Commerce 3, we are looking at topping up our construction by March, and then 1 more year for the finish and operation. We are talking to large occupiers, and there is a very, very good steady flow of demand. I mean, people who want it. Again, we were amongst the only few who probably built something post-COVID. One, we were anyway committed, so we went ahead. All this, we defied this work from home concept. I mean, we didn't have a choice, frankly, because we had, committed. So we went ahead and built that. In hindsight, today we feel that we are lucky. We went ahead and, made this development. So we literally have, a few years of lead from anybody who would want to start today. So yeah, again, no dearth of demand, and we are now getting ready with some of the mock-ups, and we've done visits. IPCs have come. They've loved the way the whole flow plate and the way things have worked here from design point of view. It's absolutely, top class commercial building. It could be anywhere in the world, that sort of product. Little over 50 elevators and all. Really not done, in India almost as yet. That sort of product. So very confident, not worried about it at all.
Great, that's useful. Thank you very much. Saumil, just one question for you. In the cash flow statement for first half, there is a 650 crore change in loans and advances. Can you talk about what exactly does it relate to?
Sorry, which in the
cash flow statement for the first half, change in loans and advances of 650 crores, I guess.
The financing cash flows is only about 80 crores. So
in the change in working capital part.
Operating cash flows are at about 150 crores. Investing cash flows is about 913 crores. Investing cash flows is, the capex as well as, some of those aspects which are there. So, it's been pretty standard. I mean, there has been no unnatural movement in all fairness, Puneet.
All right. I'll take it up separately. Thank you.
I'm happy to take up with you offline, but, the investing cash flows represents the investments made in, the capital assets. That's all.
Understood. Thanks. Yeah. Okay, great. All the best.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Pritesh Sheth from Motilal Oswal. Please go ahead.
Hi, thanks for the opportunity. So again on cash flows, Saumil, if you can, so operating cash flows were negative of 160 odd crores this quarter, while collections we have seen they were strong on quarter basis. I can guess. I mean, there was some land or premium investments, if I'm not wrong. So if you can highlight on what projects and how much was the quantum.
So these are certain, this represents both advances towards certain lands as well as, for TDR. So once those transactions kind of culminate, then I think we will be in a better position to, discuss that with you, Pritesh. But as you are aware, and we have told you all earlier also that, for us, whenever we have these transactions related to land or, related FSI. And unfortunately for me, since that becomes a part of my current asset, it becomes a part of my working capital changes. And hence it reflects that number. But if you were to take out the impact of that, then this again is a very heavily positive number.
Sure, absolutely. I mean, you're clear on that front. And in terms of realization for 360 West this quarter, we are seeing somewhere around 80,000, over 80,000 kind of a number, 80,000 per square feet. Is it something like optically, taking it higher, or that's the reference rate we can take it ahead? Because I think carpet rate is somewhere around 95,000 for the transactions we have closed and have been reported in media. So how should we look at the rate which on the sellable area that we see?
So now everybody's moved on to RERA carpet, and everyone's moved to RERA carpet, and these rates are RERA carpet rates. So one other thing I want to tell you is that there are some of the sales that are done previously who have been living on allotment letters and things like that. So you may see, you may see discrepancies in sale value, but these would be pertaining to some old documents being registered today only, because now occupation has come. Some of the people were paying us only on allotment letter and all that. But the new sales are at close to a lakh and 10 on RERA carpet.
Sure. Got it. Thanks for answering my question, and all the best.
Thank you.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Saurabh Kumar from JP Morgan. Please go ahead.
Hi. So just two questions. One is, comment on this Worli, your recognized revenues of 3,300 crore. Yeah. So the margin, correct me if I'm wrong, is just 18% of this project. What am I missing here?
Sorry, the margin is?
So you recognize 100 crores of JV income, right?
Correct. Yeah.
So effectively at the project level, you would have recognized 300 crores. 1/3 will be your share, right?
Correct. So basically what happens over here is our share of profit over here, on the P&L side, it is about 32.5%, Saurabh. So that is what we kind of take, and that is at the gross level. So then out of that you take out, multiple things, expenses as well as taxes. This is not a full consolidation in all fairness. If you'll see, it's just a single line has come here. So this is a share of profit net of tax which flows into ORL.
I agree. My point is the net margin on the project will be about 10-odd%. This is because you've recognized 100 crores. The project profit would have been something like 300 crores on a recognition of 3,300 crores. Is that?
So basically what has happened is, as far as the earlier ones are concerned, on the 3,300 crores, we have already been recognizing revenues from the last year itself, Saurabh. So it is not the entire 3,300 crore which comes into play now. In this quarter, it is only the 600 crores which comes into play. Because again, when I received the OC in June, that's when I kind of trued up the financials and I had a share of profit till then. And after that, every quarter from here onwards, what you will see is only revenue recognition and the corresponding profit element of that from that quarter.
Okay, so the incremental margin will be how much, Thomas, on this? Because you were thinking of something like 60-odd%. Will that be?
I'll have to work that out and come back to you.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Got it.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Sameer Baisiwala from Morgan Stanley. Please go ahead.
Thank you so much, and good evening, everyone. Sameer, just on the previous question, this 100 crore profit recognition that you have done for 360 West, is it on the revenue recognition basis or collection basis? Because collection was 400 and revenues were 600. So just wanted
to... It's a revenue recognition basis, Sameer, for all of the projects, including Goregaon, Mulund, Borivali. our revenue recognition always proceeds on the basis of agreement values, and it has nothing to do with billings or collection. So accounting will work at a corporate level on an approval basis. So we consider it on the basis of that, and not the cash collection.
Okay, got it. Very clear. And the second question is on the two rental assets, Commerce 3 and Borivali Mall. Can you just share with us how much capex is or construction spend is left to be done, and how much has been done on both these projects?
So for that, I'll have to get more deeper into some of these numbers, Samir. But I'll take a stab at doing that and come back to you separately.
Okay, just broad level would have been okay,
Yeah, about 400 crores each.
Is pending, is it?
Yeah. One second, just give me a second. Let me come back to you on that. Now I have some numbers over here, but you want to know the balance spend, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So let me come back to you on that.
Okay. And one final question. Because how are you thinking about the prices going forward? And did you, aside of 360 West, did you take any price action in 2Q?
So I want to tell you all that, frankly, input costs have gone up, right? From manpower to material to approval to all other costs have gone up. So we have, we have to increase prices. Worli is already, out there. We have increased prices in Goregaon. We have increased prices in Borivali and in Mulund, in fact, across. And, there is no choice. There is no option really. And I really, fear and wonder how other developers are going to, deliver if they do not increase prices, because costs have gone up. And, interest costs have gone up for developers also. So there is a huge input cost. We have, had to take them up. And we have done that everywhere.
With us, you're talking about 2Q specific, or you're going a little bit more further?
Going forward. I mean, we have taken a decision only a week ago, and we've now, already passed it on to the new buyers now. Obviously, we don't increase prices for flats that are sold, but wherever we haven't sold, the inventory will have to go at a higher price. Really, I mean, we are doing the math and wonder how these guys are able to sell and will deliver. That will become a question mark. And that actually worries us, because then, again, developers get a bad name.
Yeah, sure, Vikas. So just to conclude on that, so this increase has been, say, roughly 1st October onwards. And if you can just quantify, is it roughly about 3 to 5%, or is it what kind of a price increase have you taken?
So, we increased this only a week ago. So I wouldn't say it's from 1st of October. It is probably somewhere around 10th, 12th of October. And, somewhere we've increased 5%, somewhere we've increased 10%, and so on. So, it's not like, a standard increase. Different projects have been given, different treatment. And, also depending on different stages of the project, we've gone out and done that. Like Borivali, we hardly have anything to sell today. In our Tower A and B, if you see in Goregaon, we hardly have anything to sell. And if you look at the comparative product, which is Exquisite and Esquire, they are selling at a particular price. So what we've also done is, we've been prudent, we've discounted the value of the existing apartment, and we have given him the benefit of, he pre-booking and all that. And we made a attractive proposition, but he has to appreciate that the ready apartment is selling at an X price, and this is discounted to that value, today, and that value is certainly higher because all the ready product is sold and it's selling today at at 40 and 50,000 on carpet in Goregaon. And there are and there's no dearth of buyers there. You've seen how A and B tower have been sold out. So that way. We hardly have anything in A and B. Now, obviously, when we launch C, we will think of a price strategy and then do that. And it's imperative for us to do it. Frankly,
Yeah, sure, Vikas. Got it. Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Kunal Lakhan from CLSA. Please go ahead.
Yeah, hi Vikas and Saumil. Firstly on the Thane project, right? You still sounded a little apprehensive in terms of launch this quarter. I thought that issue is resolved, as you said. So what could happen that could make the launch spill over to next quarter?
Frankly, it's just sequencing whether, nothing, really nothing. Actually nothing. I don't know why you're making it out to be apprehensive. One has learned to kind of build in some cushion just in case it doesn't happen, then probably, But there is really no apprehension. Actually, I did not even think. But because you're asking me, I'm saying that maybe it's just become our second nature to be a little more cautious when we commit. And, surprises like these just keep coming. And that's it. But otherwise, there is really nothing.
Sure. Thanks for clarifying. And secondly, on Worli, right? So we have around, unsold inventory of about 150 odd units now?
No, less than that.
We have sold about 75.
77.
77 out of totally close to about 200.
So 125 odd.
Okay. So what will be that monetization timeline that you would be looking at to, going by the current traction that you are seeing, the pipeline of inquiries that are there, what kind of timeline you're looking at monetizing this project?
This surely will qualify as forward-looking statement. And, okay, all I can tell you is we are committed to selling. And like I said that, there's tremendous demand. We are probably the only one with pole position there and loving all the attention we are getting from the buyers. Respect that, love that, and want to honor that also and want to continue to sell it. Don't want to become complacent. But like I said, that there's no problem. I genuinely don't want to put in a timeline. But, the product is ready for people to enjoy. And we certainly won't come in their way. We'll be happy to sell.
In your opening comments, you did mention that the only reason why people are not able to buy it is because they can't afford it. So how do you look at that with context of the price hikes that we have taken?
No, I didn't say that they cannot afford it. The only reason they will not buy, as in if somebody comes in, it is so compelling as a product that he'll want to buy it. You don't buy it only because, let's say, the person who's coming in doesn't have the money. Barring that, it ticks all the boxes. That's what I meant. So it's not about, and there are plenty of people. I want to tell you all that nobody seems to be buying just one apartment. People are buying 1, 2, and 3 apartments, amalgamating them, joining them, making a duplex out of it, and all that. Really, it's like a splurge of, real estate volume. And people are buying 12 and 14,000 square feet. And, making, I'm telling you, I've been to people's homes and it's such a delight to see them, make their own version of the shell that I give them and live so beautifully. So really, it's so amazing to see. And these are people with deep pockets, bring in their own set of designers. They've been there, seen the world. They bring the best of the world and put it in. So again, I must say that very, very fulfilling, apart from the fact that it's making us money. It's very fulfilling to see that how people are adapting to what we have made. The entire outer living area, the inside apartment, no building has one floor plate which is 5.5 or 7,000 square feet at single level. And when people make a duplex out of it, it's 15,000 and 12,000. The effect is something else, beautiful. Like really, I must say that really feel good about it.
Sure. And my last question was on so if you exclude, say, Worli this quarter, our overall sales, excluding Worli, were about 550 odd crores, which was lower than what we sold last quarter or even in previous quarters, right? Especially like projects like Borivali and Goregaon, where we usually sell well, were quite tepid this quarter. How should we read this, and what's the outlook there going forward?
So, you should read it very nicely and happily, because there is really nothing to sell in Borivali and Goregaon, which means that we have to make a launch. I mean, we have to launch our next phase, and we have so much demand for the next phase, I can't tell you. I mean, actually, there are people who are telling me, you know what, I don't care when you open, take my money. And I tell them, listen, I can't do that. I need to follow a certain decorum, and that's how I will do it. So, because we haven't launched, we haven't sold. I mean, whatever was the remaining apartments that got sold, and now we have tremendous demand available. I mean, people available for new purchases.
So Elysian, it shows that we have about 1 million square feet odd of inventory, unsold inventory. So
sorry?
Elysian, it shows that about 1 million square feet odd of unsold inventory. So wouldn't that be?
That is like you're talking about the entire ABCD.
Yeah, the launched inventory.
Yeah.
Kunal, I think 25 lakh square feet.
Out of that, we have sold 15 lakhs.
15 lakh square feet.
There is 10 lakhs, but in all fairness, this building is also going to take another 4 years to build, Kunal. So we have got that time period over which also we can sell the balance.
Yeah, 60% is sold.
Sure. All right. Thanks and all the best.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, that was the last question for today. I would now like to hand the conference over to Mr. Oberoi for closing comments.
Thank you all for taking time out for this call. We look forward to hearing from you on an ongoing basis. Please feel free and reach out to us or our investor team for any other additional questions that you have. Thank you, and happy Diwali to everybody. Thank you again.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of Oberoi Realty, that concludes this conference call. Thank you for joining us, and you may now disconnect your lines.